extraordinary track called I'm a Bore Mostly from an outfit called Def Havana. Well, if that's what they think, I'm going to get rid of it because it's high time we did this. It's 5:45 and you're listening to Siren 107.3 FM.
Using sport on 107.3 Siren FM.
Good evening, it's 5:45. Welcome to Siren FM News with me, Richard Morris.
And sport with me, Tom McGall.
Gung Hei Fat Choi. Happy Chinese New Year. Celebrations are well underway as the city gets in the party spirit. Residents joined in the celebrations this afternoon. Alex Foxley-Johnson has more.
This is the sound of the Chinese New Year's parade passing through Lincoln's High Street. The celebrations have been organised by Yo-Yo's Chinese restaurant. Manager Larry He told us his hopes for the coming year.
For Chinese New Year, we have line dancing from High Street to our restaurant. And this is Dragon Year. That's the most important year for the Chinese people. And make good luck, good fortune.
A small crowd gathered around the procession and followed them along their route. Anyone born in the year of the dragon is said to be self-assured, brave and enterprising.
Families who depend on benefits may be affected by a cap proposed by the House of Lords. The Welfare Reform Bill intends to cap the maximum amount of money a family can receive at £26,000 per year. If passed, the bill will affect over 50,000 households in the county. Lincoln residents told Siren FM what they thought of the plans.
It doesn't really affect me, but I know it does affect a lot of other people. They should be helping them more than what they are doing.
There's nothing anybody can really say. It's up to the government now, isn't it? But I do think it's not right because at the end of the day, families on low income, they're going to end up with nothing basically, because if they cap the child benefit, then what's not to say they're going to cap the child tax? It's ridiculous.
Charity shop Oxfam has kicked off 2012 by opening a new, larger store in Lincoln. The charity currently works with those who are suffering from poverty and helps improve lives by the money they receive. Peter Horsepool has more.
Oxfam has been a high street name for more than 60 years and is staffed by over 20,000 volunteers up and down the country. Lincoln plays host to two stores, both located on Sinsel Street, but from Thursday the two shops will be combined to operate on the Corner Hill shopping area. The move allows the store to stock a wider range of goods, from clothes to books and DVDs. The vacated units, however, are hoped to become part of the Linden Gate project as the final preparations are put into place. The £1 million scheme aims to revamp the Sinsel Street area with better shopping facilities and improved bus and train stations.
Students hoping to win the Lincolnshire Show Schools Challenge have been given a boost. Teachers met with farming experts in an event at the Lincolnshire Showground to spark ideas for the challenge. 35 primary, secondary and special schools will fight it out for the title of Schools Challenge Champions 2012. Siren spoke to Phil Everett, Enrichment Officer at the Lincolnshire and Rutland Education Business Partnership.
We're running a project called the Lincolnshire Show Schools Challenge, and each school gets to take part in an agricultural or farming or food-focused challenge and present their findings and their results at the Lincolnshire Show on their own stand. And we've got many different projects ranging from improving my school grounds right through to creating a healthy school dinner. Conduct all the work in school up until the time of the show.
New ambulances will be available from next month to help move obese patients. The state-of-the-art vehicles will cost about £90,000 each. They will include cushions, better stretchers and hoists to move overweight patients from their house to the ambulances. Jonathan Fox, spokesperson for the Association of Professional Ambulance Personnel, explained how the new ambulances won't help with obesity but will assist the paramedics.
But the unintended consequences are that we are at risk while we're trying to manage these patients when they're unstable in their rooms or in their houses. And when patients are obese, it poses great difficulties and can ultimately sometimes result in injury to the paramedic.
Friday could be a bad day for Lincolnshire residents as an increase in council tax is debated. The rise of 2.5% is to be discussed as the councils need to save money. Saving is necessary for the council as it plans to cut £125 million off its budget. If the proposal is agreed, the change will take place next year. Lincoln Central Library is holding a sale of old and surplus books from Wednesday the 8th of February to Saturday the 3rd of March. Fiction, non-fiction, reference books and children's books will be available. The sale is an opportunity to make room in the library for the thousands of new books it adds to its shelves every year. Now over to Tom with the sport.
Thanks, Rich. Lincoln City's Gavin McCallum is set to leave the club after a fallout with the club's manager. After the striker hit out at not being given any first-team action, Deans Holdworth this morning said that the player would never play for the club again. The manager's pledge follows McCallum's alleged refusal to play for the club. In a press conference this morning, Holdworth revealed the club would listen to any offers for the Canadian, paving the way for him to leave the club. Speaking of the Imps, the club is looking for another investment, the chairman has revealed. Bob Dorian spoke of how the recent £500,000 investment wasn't enough to keep the club afloat. David Wigglesworth has more.
Despite Bob Dorian, existing board members and the Lincolnshire Co-op buying shares in Lincoln City Football Club last week, the chairman discussed the length of the investment he was looking for.
It's short to medium term, but ideally I think my board members will agree with me, we still need another 150,000 to ensure next season and the start of the following season.
When asked whether the club would be moving to a new stadium from Sinsel Bank, Bob Dorian definitely thinks this is something the club should consider.
It's certainly something that we'll consider long term. I mean, if we were to start down that process now, it would probably be 4 years away before we see a completed new stadium.
The announcement comes a day before the Imps take on Southport at home tomorrow night.
Lincoln ladies are to face Birmingham City in their first match of the Women's Super League. The Lady Imps face tough opposition against the runners-up of last year's league when they meet on April 8th. However, the team have much to train for before the start of the Super League as they prepare for their FA Women's Cup and Continental Cup action this match. And now, back to Richard with the weather. I heard we've got some snow.
A chilly night should be expected. Temperatures will drop just below freezing, bringing a possibility of snow showers early tomorrow morning. These showers will have returned into heavy rain by mid-morning tomorrow, which will last all day. There will be highs of 8 degrees. That's all for today. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow.
Sport on 107.3 Siren FM.
Hey, you are not leaving, Richard, without doing that fabulous opening.
Again.
The welcome to the Chinese
Really?
New Year. It was absolutely awesome.
The Gung Hei Fat Choi.
Well done.
I had to practice that so many times.
I know you've been walking around the building. Gong Hei Fat Choi. I'm thinking, what on earth is he talking about? And you went across to see the guys at Yo-Yo.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, we did.
They had all that. It's just wonderful that they brought that lovely, colourful culture to Lincoln. So that's put me in the mood for a Chinese takeaway tonight. Oh, dear. I wonder whether I can convince number one in the house whether we can change our plans from chicken casserole and turn it into lemon chicken with sauce and egg fry. Do you like Chinese or do you not?
Personally, not. Actually, I really don't. Personally, I'm much more of a fan of Indian food.
Tom?
You had a chance of getting a free meal there, you just lost it completely.
Yeah,
but Chinese food.
Blown it. Of course,
Just being honest.
We don't do stories like that in order to get freebies because that's not allowed. Anyway, congratulations, gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank
Great
you.
bulletin. Especially say big thanks to Lizzie, sitting there with a good smile on her face. She's been the editor today. Very good indeed. It's 7 minutes to 6. You're listening to Siren 107.3 FM. The team will rejoin when the extremely well-dressed news team have left the building.